Hey friends, it's Pastor Roz here, Mosaic Church, and we've been in this series of hard questions, and you've been asking us some very difficult questions, and so I'm going to attempt to tackle one of those questions today, and that is, should wives submit to their husband, and what does the Bible really say about that? When the Bible talks about submission, what does it actually mean? And there are two understandings, especially within Christian orthodoxy, that we hear about, or two different ways and approaches. One is called complementarianism, which is complementing or referring to one is stronger than the other, and egalitarianism, where we get the word equal from. And so complementarianism reads specific passages that entail men and women being equal, but before God, they have different roles. So in marriage, somebody that would read, for instance, Ephesians 5 about submission would mean that the husband carries particular responsibilities for spiritual leadership, while the wife is called to submit to that leadership. And then many complementarianism folks apply, a similar distinction even in the church as well. And so we've seen, instances of this in maybe Southern Baptist traditions or other traditions maybe you have grown up with before or hold that view. Now, egalitarians read those same passages a bit differently. So Ephesians 5:21, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. So they believe submission is fundamentally mutual. So there's a mutuality in that, and that leadership in marriage and church should be determined by gifting and calling. So what does this look like practically? So imagine if Callie and I, my wife, were disagreeing about a major financial decision. When it comes to something like that, if we were complementarianist, I would have the final call, and that's that. And the spouse would have to go along with it. But egalitarians on that approach would say neither one has automatic rights or veto power deciding because of gender. And so we listen and we pray for discernment and we have conversation. We see this applied in church leadership as well. Complementarianism folks may reserve the role of, a pastor just for men. But egalitarians would point out women that were in the book of Acts and also in early church history as well, Priscilla, Phoebe, and Junia, and believe that women can serve at any of those levels. So underneath this debate is, though, a deeper question, and that is, when Jesus talked about leadership, did he define it primarily by authority over others or laying yourself down for others? Because whatever we believe about gender roles, Christian submission should always look like Jesus. And I know I could go on and on about this, but hopefully this will give you a little bit of a taste for you to take a deeper dive into your own personal studies and reflections.